Weeping angels are a fictional race of predatory creatures in the Doctor Who universe. They were first introduced in the 2007 episode Blink, and were also featured in later episodes such as The Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone, both from 2010, among other episodes. Nominated as one of the most frightening characters in the Doctor Who universe, Weeping Angels are anything but angelic. In a short summary, they try to steal whatever remaining time you may have left in the blink of an eye. What do I mean by that? Well, stick around and find out, because I'll be going in depth about not only what the Weeping Angels are capable of, but what would happen if they were real. How's it going, guys? Jared Bronstein here from Life's Biggest Questions, and today we'll be answering the very frightening question, what if Weeping Angels were real? Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe, click the bell icon, and of course, give this video a thumbs up if you're a Doctor Who fan. Let me know in the comments below which other fictional beings or creatures you'd like us to talk about, and stick around until the very end for some common replies from a previous video. Alright, so let's just get right into this one. Weeping Angels are as old as the universe, or very nearly, but no one quite knows where they come from. They're also described as the deadliest, most powerful, most malevolent life form evolution has ever produced. I don't think I need to go much further for you to get the hint that if these things were real, it probably wouldn't be a good thing. But for those of you that are curious, the same way I was when I initially researched these things, I'll go much further into detail as to why they're dangerous and how they kill. But first, let's talk about their physicality. What do they look like? What are they made of? Where would they live? Believe it or not, the answers to all those questions are very simple. They're statues made of stones and can be found wherever statues are found, meaning they could live on top of churches, in front of restaurants. Even the Statue of Liberty could be a weeping angel. They're given their name Weeping Angel because the statues are usually seen with their hands covering their faces as if they were weeping. So now that you know what they are and what they're made of, how do they kill? This one is a much more complex answer. Technically, they don't kill you, yet they technically do. The way the Weeping Angel works is if they touch you, they steal the remaining time energy you had in your life. But your physical being is sent back to a time in the past to live out the rest of your days. So technically speaking, you don't die, at least as far as you're concerned. But in the reality or dimension that you've been touched by a Weeping Angel, well, everyone will be under the impression that you are in fact dead. It sounds confusing, but think of it like this. You're 25 and get touched by a Weeping Angel. The Weeping Angel will then feed off of the energy from those years. You get sent back to a time period before you were born. You then live out your life in a past period of time in a continuous loop of sorts. Another reason the Weeping Angels cover their eyes is because if they were to see each other, they would send themselves to that place of limbo. What's even more interesting is how they work. If something is a statue, it can't move, which would make the angels touching you incredibly difficult. That's why they only move when they're not being observed and can move at speeds faster than the blink of an eye. Aside from their super speed, they're incredibly durable, and even when they are destroyed, have the ability to reform themselves. So now that we have a basic understanding about these things, what happens to us if they're real? Well, first things first, I think we could all agree that we stop production of statues of any kind. Now, I'm not saying all statues are Weeping Angels, but those which are Weeping Angels have the ability to turn other regular statues into angels, and that's the last thing we would want. These angels are also capable of incredible strength, resorting to breaking the necks of their victims if they aren't hungry and don't want to steal your energy, or at least feel they need to. They could also break through steel doors and force magnetized wheels to turn to get where they want to go. So I think it's safe to say if these things were in fact real, well, it wouldn't bode well for the human race. They're incredibly strong, and one way or another, they'll kill you. Now, simply destroying all Weeping Angel statues would be a great option, except they're quite hard to destroy. And as I previously mentioned, they have the ability to reform themselves anyways, making it even harder to destroy them for good. It appears the only real way to destroy the Weeping Angels is when they're weak. When they haven't had energy to feed on, they aren't as powerful. They could still end your life, but they won't be able to break your neck as easily, and they're more susceptible to being destroyed by grenades, for example. So what would be the best way to get rid of these things? Well, we could put them all in a dark room and throw a grenade. No guarantees, but it could work. Another option would be to have the statues of the angels facing each other. By doing so, the second the statues lock eyes, they'll trap each other in that place no one wants to end up, locked in a continuous time loop. Now, the only issue we face here is getting the angels in one spot. They could be scattered all over the world, and we wouldn't know which ones are Weeping Angels for sure unless someone is attacked by one. Essentially, we need human sacrifices willing to do the dirty work. At the end of the day, Weeping Angels are terrifying creatures, if that's what you even call them. If they were real, not only would it be a problem for the victims who fall to the Weeping Angels, but the world in general. What would this mean about everything we thought we knew? Time travel is impossible, yet somehow people are being sent back in time by statues? Of course, only those who are sent back in time would know this is possible. Everyone else would assume you're dead. But what if you found a way back somehow, or changed history in the past? There are so many variables that could affect us, but thankfully, we don't need to worry about any of these things because Weeping Angels aren't real. Just make sure if you're near a statue, you don't blink, because who knows how quickly it'll move when you're not watching. Alright guys, we're gonna wrap this one up, but before we do that, let me know in the comments below how you think we could destroy a Weeping Angel. Maybe just shatter it and then burn the dust? I'm not really sure. For now, we got some common replies from the video. What if you got drafted into World War III? Just some guy with a mustache said, as a gamer, I'm not worried. Gamers don't die. We respawn. Dies forever. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of memes about like the draft is going to consist of people that just the top guys on Call of Duty and stuff. And the memes are great, but you know, it is sad what's happening. So Ashboy00724 said, me, 2020 is going to be my year and going to be amazing. US and Iran, let me stop you there. You guys are killing it with the comments. They are great. They're very good. And you know, it's not the best way to start the year, but I think something else will happen in a little bit and we'll just forget about this, to be honest with you. Mia Grande said, okay, so like, would they get prisoners to fight or not? Like, I'm actually questioning it. No, they wouldn't. If you have a criminal record, you can't be part of the army. Like, maybe there's a fear that they'll turn on their soldiers. Maybe there's a fear that they'll, you know, flee the army just to be free because they're criminals and they don't want to be locked up. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know. I don't think sending prisoners to war would be the worst thing in the world, to be honest with you. Because, like, I don't know, if you send a hitman to war, you know, the guy's good at killing, so it would help us. Anyways, guys, gonna wrap this one up. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. You guys have been watching LBQ. Make sure to subscribe, click that bell icon if you guys enjoyed these videos. Let us know in the comments down below, and share this one with a Doctor Who fan. We'll see you guys in the next one.